Hello, YouTube! It is I, Zolon!
The great and amazing cultist of Vexoria, the Sun Eater.
Today, I've got a big treat for you. I'm taking over Vex's channel while she's recovering from surgery. So I stole her office and took over her channel. But seriously, she's in recovery right now, so she could use your well wishes. If you want to leave a nice little message for her in the comments, or maybe share a favorite quote, link your favorite, your favorite Vex clip. I'm sure she'd love to read them while she's resting. I asked you to provide me your most silly, most cursed, most ridiculous questions. I got over 200 submissions from you all. I had to go through all of them. I only have so much time, so I had to narrow them down to about 20 or so. I've got a mix of wholesome, serious, and honestly, what the inducing questions to go through. So without further delay, let's get into it. My first question is from Yuki. Yuki asks, what's the longest you've gone without bathing or showering? Now I'm gonna start this off with something controversial, but I actually only really shower in two conditions. One, every 3 or so days, or two, if I did something that made me really sweaty and gross. There's been a lot of research on this, a lot of controversy that's gone around over the last, year or so, maybe 2 years or so. People talking about you only really need to bathe or shower every so often, or like once a month or something. That seems a little bit excessive to me. I don't think I could go once a month. That sounds gross. I'd feel so slimy. But I actually got to the point where my hair doesn't get super oily until I don't wash it for about 3 days. Now, my beard, I still have to wash a little more often. That's fine. That's a different thing. Washing your hands, do that frequently, please. Don't walk around being unwashed and gross. That's nasty. Don't do that. Oh, and here's the other controversial thing. I like taking baths more than I like taking showers. I don't really like showers. I like baths. They're more relaxing. That's just my vibe. That's how I go. You can fight me in the comments. I don't care. I'll fight you. I'll take you all on. I do it like every 2 to 3 days. Sometimes the longest I've gone is probably about 4 or 5. It depends on the conditions, but that's when I start to get like really itchy and gross. But again, like I said, if I'm out there working or if I'm doing something that's working up a sweat, you can bet I'm coming right in and rinsing myself off because gross, yummy. This one's from Ty. Ty says, why are you such a gremlin with the little snacks? All right. Okay. So here's the deal. I grew up in a household where we joked around, we had fun. I mean, we had our regular households, troubles and all that kind of stuff. But the most important thing was I would see things where my parents would have like water fights in the kitchen while cleaning dishes, or they would joke around and chase each other around the house. And, me and my siblings would goof off and play in the basement and do silly things all the time. We'd prank each other, all that kind of stuff. I remember coming home from a friend's house midnight on April 1st. And the house I was in had like a landing where the stairs went down to the basement, and that's where I slept. And I went to go walk downstairs and walked immediately into a wall of saran wrap and just got like laid out. That's what I grew up with. We want to create an environment where our kids will remember the silly and fun and happy things that happened to them when they were kids. They can think back to their mom and dad and be like, oh yeah, mom and dad did this. Or remember that time that dad stole the donuts and he was at the top of the stairs and he slammed the door and he ran away giggling like a crazy person? Or remember that time that dad threw me in the snow and I Yamcha posed? Those are the types of things that I want the kids to remember when they're older. And those are the types of things I want for them to share with their kids if they have them when they're older. So that's why am I such a gremlin to little snakes? I'm making memories. I'm making positive experiences. I'm making things that they're going to remember fondly and look back on when they're older. Kalashade and Elandra ask, any tips for a soon-to-be wed couple? All right, so this one's going to be a little bit less ridiculous, a little more serious, but honestly, communication. No fight is ever worth going to bed mad about. Always talk things out, always work things out whenever you can. Understand each other's thresholds for dealing with conflict. That is one of the most critical things. 2, this kind of goes to the question I just answered, but enjoy every moment. Enjoy all the silly moments that you can. Make each other laugh. Never stop having fun. Find new ways to have fun. Find new ways to do silly experiences or just see things with each other. Find out what is interesting to the both of you. Have fun. Enjoy your life together. Every moment is precious because you never know when things will end. Oh, and also just like prank them all the time. Like every moment you can, do something stupid or ridiculous. Just like seriously, just do it. Just do it. Dandy Demon asks, oh God, this is going to be a totally normal question. It's a totally normal question, isn't it? Canonically, Does Vexy shed like a snake? If yes, what flavor would they be? What? Would they be eaten like a potato chip or in a bowl of Vexy flakes? No, I won't apologize for these questions. You wanted cursed. Jesus Christ. Why? Why did you ask this? What compelled you to put these words into a form on the internet? Thank you. This is a pretty good question. Does she shed like a snake? Yes, she does. What flavor would they be? Do you remember those old like wax bottle candies where you had to like bite off the top of the wax bottle to get the juice that was in there? And like the juice was super tasty, but you'd end up just chewing the wax with the bottle because that was the thing that you did. Her sheddings would probably have that same kind of taste. Maybe similar consistency. So, you know, something waxy with like a little bit of maybe like grape to it or something. I can't imagine any scenario where I'd want to sit down and eat a bowl of Vexy chips that were like grape flavored. Because has anybody ever eaten like grape potato chips? Like, is that a thing? Same thing with a bowl of Vexy flakes. That might be like you get like, different fruity flavors, like fruity pebbles, but in flake form. Oh God! That's enough for one day. Goodbye, YouTube. I'm out. Dark Lord Foamy asks, what is the most cursed food item you have made that actually really good? What is the most cursed food item you have made that actually Foamy, you're missing some words there or something. That hurt my brain to read. Okay, this was kind of like a weird toss-up thing because technically it was really good, but I could not eat it. I just could not eat it. I decided it would be funny to make green eggs and ham. So I had this little like omelet press thing and I put together an omelet, just eggs, cheese, and ham and green food coloring. This thing came out looking like a block of mold. It was like this weird kind of like gross, flaky green mess with a bunch of big brown patches on it. And it just kind of crumbled and fell apart. And it looked disgusting. But on a dare, I had to eat it. I took a bite out of it. And you know what? It was a damn good omelet. Like, it was a damn good omelet. I really enjoyed it. It was tasty, but my brain could not handle the fact that I was eating something that looked like a giant block of mold. I gagged and I almost threw up on this very delicious omelet, and I had to get rid of it because I could not eat it. I apologize to the world. I wasted like 3 eggs that day. Don't make green eggs and ham. It is a terrible idea. Don't do it. You will regret making green eggs and ham. Zen's Meat Slab asks, if Vex became a real-life Lamia like her model, what do you think would be the most inconvenient thing you'd need to change in your home to accommodate her? Oh dear God, our home could not fit a real Lamia. Our bedroom could not fit her. Like, it just couldn't. Like, I don't know if anybody remembers that time, like a year or so back, but Vex and I were debating about whether we could fit a king-sized bed in our bedroom. And the answer is no. No way in hell. There's no way we could fit a king-size bed in our bedroom. It's just too small. We also have a lot of stairs in our house. So trying to get her to wriggle up and maneuver the stairs, that would be a pain. I think we'd have to completely change and rebuild that to accommodate it. And I think we'd have to just take over the whole like top floor of our house and turn it into a bedroom to make a bed that's big enough for her to actually sleep in. We just have to get a new house. Like, we just need to get a new house. No, we're not getting an aircraft carrier. Put it away. It's not happening. I don't think there's any way we could actually accommodate a real life Lamia in our current house. We'd need a new home. I think that's how it would be. My brain hurts after some of those questions, especially Foamies and Dandies. God, you two are hurting my brain. Vex, why don't you take over for a moment? She's got a fun message for us from this video's sponsor. So take it away, Snake.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Have you ever wished you could have a sexy, futuristic anime girlfriend who wants to play a sultry game of cat and mouse with you? Do you enjoy games like Dark Siren and Vampire Mansion? I know I do. But wish there were more spicy times involved? Then maybe you should check out Lily's Labyrinth of Lust. This game is made by Aero Immersion Studios. It features your ever gorgeous and truly insatiable girlfriend Lily, who will playfully chase you around her home, attempting to capture you and have her way with you. She has an arsenal of tools at her disposal, too. Be prepared for mind games, psychedelic effects, and for Lily to truly play with your emotions while you run from her. Play through the game to unlock new scenes, new outfits, and fun ways to customize her, while learning all the tricks, tips, and toys to make sure you're the one who comes out on top. You know, unless you want to be on the bottom, of course. Then you'll have to spend the first half an hour of your time in the game losing over and over and over, so she wins, and she can do whatever she likes. Lily's Labyrinth of Lust comes out on December 5th on Steam. Better get running, lover boy.
All right, thanks, Vex. We are back. So, next question's from Dark Harlequin. What is the average airspeed of an unladen Canadian copter mother? 0. She can't get off the ground. Her titties are too big. Like, just look at her. She's not going anywhere. She, like, wiggle around on the ground. I feel like that would, like, you get, like, could you imagine her doing that on carpet? She just get, like, rug burn all the time. Oh, man, that would suck to do it on gravel, too. Oh, man, no, look at her go. Oh, maybe. No. Bye, Vexy. Need a snack. It's so cute. Oh my God, it's so cute. Arcane asks, would you rather have unlimited bacon and no more games, or games, unlimited games, and no games, unlimited games, bacon, games, bacon. What are you trying to ask me here? Like, I don't even understand what's going on anymore. I'm very confused. I'm super confused. Okay, are you trying to ask me if I'd rather have unlimited bacon and no more games, or games, unlimited games, and no more bacon? I will live in a reality without bacon because I cannot stand boredom. I can't stand boredom. I can't stand still. If you put me in a line, I will die. I cannot function. You can ask anybody that's had to have stood still with me. I wiggle, I shift, I step side by side. I can't do it. I cannot do it. You cannot keep me still. It's not a thing that you can do to me. What does unlimited games mean? Does it just mean like I get games whenever I want it? Like, how does that even work? Or does like games just keep coming out? Or do I have like the ability to just be like, I think of this game, it's real now? Ooh. Actually, can I have that power? I'd give up bacon for that power. Black Swan asks, Zolon and Vex together, mousepad when? You want us both on like one of those like booby mouse pads? One cheek to be me and one to be her? Like, do you want us like, okay. Do you want us to be like side by side with our like asses pressing together? Or do you want it to be like my ass and her titties? And so it's like one side is just one of my cheeks, and then the other side is a snitty. All right, this is a debate we need to have. You either want double cheek mouse pad, or do you want cheek snitty mouse pad? Go ahead and tell us in the comments. We need to know. This is important. Is this a thing people actually want? Do you actually want like legitimately like a mouse pad of Vex and I together? Like, what about like an XL mouse pad that's got the two of us on it? Is that a thing that people want? Time for more cursed food. Shadow Knight Zero asks, what is the best pairing for a Thanksgiving dinner drink-wise? I want to bring the appropriate type of drinks for my girlfriend and friends for our Thanksgiving meal when I visit her for the first time next week, and I have absolutely no clue. Don't worry, I've got your back on this one. The best thing that you can drink for Thanksgiving dinner is Thanksgiving dinner. So what you're going to do is you're going to start by throwing in a couple slices of turkey, like 2 or 3. Make sure it's pretty moist, nice and juicy. You can add a little skin in there if you want, just for a little extra flavor. Okay, next thing, you're going to add a scoop of stuffing. Not too much or else it'll get all kind of gummy and you don't want gummy. All right, cool. Next thing, you're going to add in like a cup of gravy, maybe a cup and a half. Get some like good, like loose turkey gravy in there. Good stuff. If you want a slightly thicker one, you can have like a thicker gravy, but we're going to add enough stuff in here that's going to be pretty thick, like thicker than Vex's snooty thick, right? Okay, cool. Anyway, so the next thing you're going to add is just like a whole can of like the canned cranberry sauce. Just dump that right in there. That's perfect. And then you need like some vegetables or something. So like throw some like frozen veggies in there. Or I mean, if you want like a cooler one, you can use the frozen veggies, or you can like cook them and throw them in there, or you can just like throw some cucumber slices or something in there, whatever works for you. And if you're a ham family, you can replace the turkey with ham. That's totally okay. Go ahead and do it, whatever you like. Then blend that all together. Then throw that out, get yourself a bottle of 7-Up, pour some 7-Up in the cup, and throw some like orange juice, cranberry juice, and pineapple juice in there. Top it with like a maraschino cherry and drink that. Throw away whatever that thing was. No, I dare you to drink it. I dare somebody to make that. If you take pictures of that, I will be very happy. If you make that drink, do it. Do it. Do it. Sentinel asks, is Vex really that bad of a cook? Is there anything she can make really, really, really well? We meme it up, we joke about it, all that kind of stuff. Vex isn't a bad cook. She's a good cook. It's just that she doesn't like to cook. She never really put effort into learning how to cook. She didn't want to be taught how to cook. It's not her favorite thing. She would much rather go and do something else like cleaning. Like, oh my God, that woman can just destroy a mess in no time flat. It's kind of amazing. It's a superpower. She doesn't have that baseline of like, oh yeah, you should do this, or no, you should not do this. So yeah, she's burnt rice before because she didn't realize that she wasn't supposed to leave it on the burner. That's fine. It happens. I burnt water. There's my bad cooking confession. I've burnt water. She makes these amazing stuffed shells. So she gets like the big pasta shells, and then she'll fill them with like, I think it's like 3 different types of cheese, and then tops it off with a like tomato sauce of some kind. And she'll make that. And they are so good. They're so tasty. The problem is, unfortunately, we can't find those damn shells anywhere because most of our stores have stopped stocking them. So she can't make it anymore. So we're trying to figure out a better way that she can try to make that that doesn't involve her like homemaking the shells, because oh my God, that's too much work. Nobody has time for that this day and age. Jean-Robert Dessino asks, for legal reasons, the provided name is not my legal name. I just went overboard with the lore. Would it be a possibility in the future of a family gaming stream where Vex invites you, Big Snake, and Little Snake to play a silly game on stream? Obviously, it would be like many years into the future if it did happen. But I'm just curious if you happen to know whether such an idea has crossed the mind or floated across the table, or whatever methods ideas get shared these days. You'd be impressed how many ideas that we have had in bed. Or when Vex is taking a shower and I'm just like sitting in here staring at her. Wow, that sounded creepy, didn't it? Stream? That would be many years in the future. Little Snake is too little for that. He doesn't understand what he can and cannot say. It also just feels inappropriate to bring minors on to a declared 18+ stream. I hope we're still doing this when they're old enough to join us and do that kind of fun stuff. That depends on all of you. If you're still here rocking and supporting us like 11 years from now, not only are you the realest of the real ones, but frankly, that's really cool. We have talked about the idea of doing some videos together, because that way we can go in there, and if Little Snake says anything that is, accidentally doxes us, or something that's just like inappropriate or whatever, because he doesn't know better, we can go in there, we can edit it, we can clean it out, we can make sure that they are kept safe, so that we don't have to worry about anything bad happening to them. Vex and I were actually talking about doing some videos with them, just some fun stuff, just like little fun things where we can hang out, play, edit it up, and make it a fun video for you all to watch as like a little family thing that we do and have fun with. So if that's something you're interested in, let us know in the comments, because we would love to give it a shot if the kids are up for it. And that's the big thing too. It has to be something that the kids want to do, because we're never going to force them to do this. We're never going to say, all right, sit down in front of the camera. It's time for you to work. No, we're not doing that to a minor. All right, anonymous question. This is our first anonymous question. I'm actually genuinely impressed that there were so many of you that actually answered these questions and put your names on them. Like, wow, you really associated yourself with those questions. That's brave. If you leave out milk chocolate out for long enough, will it turn into cheese chocolate? And if left out for even longer, become blue cheese chocolate? I'm going to take this answer. I'm going to answer it like you asked me about chocolate milk instead, because I want chocolate milk. Little Snake did leave carton of chocolate milk out because it froze a little bit in the top of our freezer, or our top of our fridge, and he thought that he should take it out and let it thaw. Unfortunately, he took it out and let it thaw for like 2 days before anybody realized that he had done that. As a result, we had, well, it was just warm chocolate milk, honestly. But I wouldn't touch it. That sounds gross. Yuck. Nasty. It is of my firm and definitely expert opinion that if you do leave chocolate milk out long enough, it will ferment and turn into chocolate cheese. And then if you leave that out long enough and let it get a healthy mold complement, it would turn into blue cheese chocolate. The answer to this question is yes, it would definitely do that. I don't care what science tells me. If science tells me I'm wrong, science can get I don't care. It's going to turn into blue cheese chocolate. Definitely. 100%. End of conversation. Grover Cleveland, the 22nd and 24th President of the United States of America. This thing like reached through time and space. That's kind of wild. Cool. What's the stupidest way you've gotten hurt or injured? God, that's a long list. Here's a really stupid thing that I did when I was a teenager. One day, while I was out with my friends, we were driving around in my friend's parents' van, and it was snowing. And we were like, haha, it'd be so funny to dive out of the van into a snowbank. That would be a great idea. Zolon, you should try it. I'm like, heck yeah, I'll try it. So I went and I positioned myself to jump out of the van just as my friend thought it'd be really funny to gun it. So I go to actually jump. He doesn't think I'm gonna jump, so he guns it. I go flying out of the van, hit the ground, roll. I feel the tire of the van almost graze my hair. And then I just laid there because I realized I just cheated death. But my friends didn't know that. And I wanted to get back at them for gunning it. So I just laid there. I rolled a good distance. I didn't get hurt. I was actually quite fine. So they eventually got out of the car and they ran over and they're like, oh my God, Zolon, are you okay? And I just laid there for a second and they were like, oh no. And then I got up and I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And they're like, you. Atakras asks, I know that Vex does not say for word content despite being a mother and that people tend to address it in a negative way. How do you guys deal with comments like those? Most of the time we don't give them air. I'm gonna be real, we get those comments all the time, and honestly, we just ignore them because they don't actually bother us. The only thing that we really kind of care about is people like misunderstanding. And so every little while, we do need to go in there and just make like a clarification, like, hey, you know, we take precautions, we do this carefully, we do this responsibly. Guess what? We're responsible parents. You can do that. This is a news flash for many of you, but guess what? Your parents had sex and you were in the house when they did it. Oh my God. Ah! It's reality. And if you are smart and you're careful and you care, guess what? You can work around and do things at times when the children are not in the house and therefore aren't exposed to those types of things. At the end of the day, like I said, those things don't really bother us. And like when people make like targeted attacks against us, it still doesn't really get under our skin. We don't really care. That stuff just kind of like washes off of us because we know it's just people that either don't really have children or aren't really thinking. And some of them might actually be like legitimate questions, like people just don't understand. How do we do it? Now, every little while, somebody will say something really stupid. Is your relationship fair? I'm just trying to make sure it's fair. Oh, I would never do that because you're a married woman. Sometimes, make an example out of those people. And on that note, look at that. We have an anonymous question. This anonymous person who is too cowardly to put their name on the question asks, how does it feel to be the cuck in your relationship with Vex, seeing as how you let her flirt with other guys? First of all, I want to ask, how does it feel to have like a grade 2 level of spelling when you can't spell the 5-letter word flirt? Congratulations. Anyway, the relationship in quotes is the funniest thing to me about this. I'm gonna be honest. I guarantee that I've got more relationship than this person has ever seen in their life and may ever see in their life if they don't change their behavior. This is a common misconception. Vex and I aren't actually poly. We aren't actually in an open relationship or anything like that. A lot of the stuff that she does is for fun. And it's all stuff that we have both discussed and consented to. And our relationship is whatever we want to make it. So we strongly believe that people should be able to do whatever they want behind closed doors, and whatever is right for them is what's right for them. And that's okay. Things don't necessarily have to fall under a label. There are there are people that are going to go out there and do cuckolding. And if that's their thing, that's totally cool. Have fun with it. Those are all valid ways to have a relationship. And if that's what's fun for you, then go for it. It doesn't matter what people say, what people do. For Vex and I, we're very comfortable in our relationship. I know that if she's out there flirting online with somebody or doing her blue site stuff or whatever it is she's doing, at the end of the day, she's coming back to me. And we're going to cuddle in bed, and we've got a stronger relationship than most of these people are ever going to see in their lives. So I don't really care. It sucks to be you that you're this desperate that you have to come and try to make fun of somebody who actually has a relationship on the internet. But hey, you do you. Excalibur, if it's easier, asks, how did Vex discover the sexy world of monster girls? Was it through Monster Musume, or does it go back even earlier? I think some of this will probably go back to like role-playing when we were younger, a little bit of dabbling in the furry fandom too. When you're getting into those more kind of monster girl adjacent style furry type characters. Vex and I met on World of Warcraft. Some other people have asked that question. I couldn't include it in here, but I'm going to answer it anyway. Haha, got him. And we've role played ever since. It's been like 12 years of us role playing online together. Even after we moved in, after we got married, we still role play. And so that allows us to explore a variety of different characters, different archetypes, different things that we want to try and have fun with. And so at some point we found the like Monster Girl Encyclopedia, and we're like, wow, these are all the things that we've already been kind of doing, but here's like a book of it. And so ever since then, we've regarded it as the Holy Bible, and it is the most amazing book in the world. And then we got into Monster Musume, and we saw the anime, and it was great, and there were boobies everywhere. Hey, we watched that in Vexa community. Join our Discord if you want to watch Monster Musume with us. Yeah! Orsine asks, what is the limit of a sandwich? Where are the boundaries on the family sandwichia in the greater food classification? Is a hot dog a sandwich or a burrito? What about a ravioli or a Pop-Tart? Surely an ice cream sandwich is such, and a cheeseburger. But what about a calzone, or God forbid, a personal pot pie? Where to you and Vex draw that line? So I'm gonna be real. If I'm going with the loosest definition of sandwich, it is a something placed between
two of another something. Usually some sort of bread or something.
But I'm going to say it is a something placed between two of another something. You guys can fight me on this one. You ready? I'm going to say a hot dog is a sandwich. A burrito is a sandwich. Ravioli, sandwich. Pop-Tart, sandwich. Ice cream sandwich, sandwich. Cheeseburger, sandwich. Calzone, sandwich. Personal pot pie, sandwich. Anonymous asks, I'm sure you going to get this a lot, but genuinely, how do you keep the love going for so long? I mean this in a genuine, honest way, but how do you keep the strong bond between you and Vex? It is a series of blackmail, evil plots, usurping of thrones, and ridiculous invasions. For serious though, Vex and I have just been together for so long, and we find new ways to have fun. We're always kind of changing how things go. We explore new interesting things to us. We role play a lot, so that's one thing that we use to explore our relationship and explore other potential relationship ideas, concepts, different characters, all that kind of stuff. We have a lot of fun with it. It lets us explore worlds and stories and motivations and all of that kind of thing. It's really, I love role play, and I know she's talked about it on her stream. She loves role play so much. It is a thing that is like near and dear to our heart. We do that probably at least 3 times a week. Yeah, that's a big one. We try new things. We go to new places. This journey has actually been wonderful for that, because it's allowed us to explore and go to conventions together, which has given us the ability to get away and see new places and just spend some time together. I know that after TwitchCon, we went out and had a lot of fun just on our own. We took a date together, which we never get to do, just on our own without having to worry about how much time we were taking or what we were doing or where we were going. It was really nice. Find the time to talk to your partner, find new things to be interested in together, share things with each other, explore yourselves, explore each other. Those are all important ways to keep that strong bond. And honestly, Vex and I have gone through a lot of hard times. She's talked about it on her streams, she's talked about it on her videos, but we've gone through a lot of really tough stuff. A lot of the time, those hard moments are the things that really build up and strengthen your relationship, because it shows that no matter how hard things get, you will always be able to tough it out. Finally, we just mess with each other. I bug the heck out of her whenever I can. We do ridiculous things. We will shoot each other with Nerf darts. We'll spray water at each other. We will jump scare each other. We will fart on each other. It's so gross. Oh man, why? Why do we do this? Why are we like this? Why are we like this? Anyway, we have fun. I think that's probably the most important thing, is keep having fun. All right, and I think this is our final question. Bumwinky asks, why do they call it oven when you of the cold food out of the hot eat the food? I can't seem to figure it out. Why do they call it oven when you of the cold food of out hot eat the food? Eat the food. Eat the food. When good food eat the, yes, taste good, eat because oven and in the out of now. Mouth, face. There, that wasn't so hard. I don't understand why everybody like thought this was like a ridiculous question. Come on. That's just how it is. Come on, come on. All right, you know what? I don't think 20 questions is enough. I think we need to do some more because you guys asked so many amazing questions. That said, I don't got a lot of time. We're going to do a lightning round right here, right now. Are you ready? We're going to go through these as fast as I can and just like blaze through them with the quickest answers I can come up with. Are you ready? Let's go. Anonymous asks, is it true that Vex's boobs are bigger than your head? Yes, they are. Zach Vital asks, as a Canadian, do you naturally secrete maple syrup instead of sweat from your pores? Yes, I'm very sticky. Void Demon Black Rose 43 asks, what is the most embarrassing thing Vex did from your first meeting to today? At TwitchCon, she walked into a glass door. Actually, it was a window. It was really funny. Fowl asked, if you and Vex fused, would you become cheese? Gorgon Zolon. Oh my god. Anonymous asks, what do you like about giantesses? They're big! Goostadude9166 asks, I'd be curious on your recipes. What would you make that really warms people up as the winter sets in? I make a beef stew. It's really tasty. Yeah! Sherlock Holmes asks, how many Zolons does it change to take a light bulb? 6! We have to build a ladder with our dumpies! Woo! Dumpy ladder! Lost Bread 8389 asks, are we speedrunning YouTube ban or speedrunning divorce with this stunt? Probably both! Zeno Dargan asks, the stupid question would be, why Snack? A true gentleman question would be, where'd you propose? Why Snack? Because Snack! Where'd I propose? In the middle of a storm on a beach! Chris Lemus 2912 asks, here's a good question. What's the best breakfast? Vex! The Crimson Fucker asks, why do you not like getting wet? Because it makes me itchy. Rock the Bee asks, is eating an egg considered eating an unborn chicken or do eggs have no souls? How many souls could you eat? 283, and yes, probably. Tiamat asks, if you were given the choice to fight one of these two, which would it be? 10 normal-sized Vexorias or 1 Mammoth-sized Vex? Which would you choose, and how would you try to win? Clearly the answer is 1 Mammoth-sized Vex so she could step on me, and I wouldn't try to win. I am going to lose that so fast. Please eat me, mommy. Wizseg asks, who's better, Jesse's girl or Stacy's mom? I personally believe in the theory that they're the same person, LMAO. Stacy's mom, she's got it going on. Sorry, I'm into MILFs. I can't help it. I like the MILFs. Jose asks, is Vex considered Shockwave from Transformers? Yes! She's so gonna kill me after all this. Dr. Wilson asks, I've seen videos of snakes burying themselves in sand and oddly enough, sprinkles! What would Vexy bury herself in? Probably mac and cheese shells, cause they're delicious and she loves them. Gabriel asks, what is your favorite movie theater snack? Vex! Demo the Iceman asks, what's the best way to meet a woman? I'm 20. Go out in public! You're 20 women? Oh my god, a lot of people just asked this question. That's kind of crazy. Classy asks, do you have any games you wish you could play for the first time again? Yes, literally all of them. My brain just like simulates games after I played like enough of them. It just like finishes them for me. It's really annoying. I really wish I could go back and play games again for the first time. Like every game. Ectello asks, what's the best pizza? I'm gonna say pineapple just to with all of you. Anonymous asks, want to be my friend? Yes, but I don't know who you are. Who are you? I can't be your friend if you won't tell me who you are. Thank you so much for watching today and coming to my Zolon Shenanigans takeover. I think I answered most of those more seriously than cursed, but you had some good cursed ones in there too. It was pretty cool. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you all for watching, and you should definitely, if you want to fight me on any of the things that I said, jump into the comments, and I will do my best to answer as many of them as possible. Vex should be back next week. We'll see what we're going to do, and make sure you go and check out her return, because she is coming back to streaming on December 13th at 8 p.m. EST. You better be there. It's time for us to go back to business. Yeah. Oh, and make sure you dress the part too. Like, you got to come in uniform. It's like, no, this is business. Come on, it's business. Thank you, YouTube, and I will talk to you soon. Cultist out.